All right, Pokemon trainers, it's Drew. One final video on Gigantamax Machamp. This is another counter guide, best teams, weakness tips, etc. So if you caught my first video, this one will be a quick reminder for you guys. So real quick, pure fighting type Machamp, weak to flying, psychic, fairy type moves. 1746 is your perfect CP. You'll need somewhere between, I would say, 10 to 40 players is what they're recommending. I'm going to go with maybe 15 would be a good number. 14, 15, something like that. Depending on how well you are with your counters. I would say 15 to 40 would be a good, once you get past 15, I feel like you're set. So, attackers, Metagross, Zen Headbutt, Max Mindstorm, Moltres, Unpheasant, Wing Attack, Air Slash, Max Airstream, Dynamax Charizard, Air Slash, Wing Attack, and then Max Airstream. Okay, those guys will be your best attackers in this. So whatever you have max attack at, so if you're at a level 3 with a Metagross or at a Moltres or an Unpheasant, whichever one has the most CP and has the highest level of your max attack, that's the one that you want to put in there when you Dynamax, guys. They have Gigantamax Gengar in here and Gigantamax Kingler. I would not recommend Kingler because it's kind of a wash on the damage. The same with Gengar. Gengar, in my opinion, is going to be one of your better tank options. Okay. So your defenders or your tanks, I'm going to throw Gengar in there, Venusaur, and Blastoise. And if you wanted a, budget option, a Rillaboom if you have a decent Rillaboom. Okay. So just keep that in mind there. And Rillaboom will need to know Scratch in that matter, Bite or Water Gun for Blastoise, Vine Whip for Venusaur, and Gengar will need to know the fast move Lick. Your healers in this, unfortunately, I'm going to revert back to Gengar, Venusaur, Blastoise, or Rillaboom because Blissey is a normal type. Any fighting charged move will just do Blissey, Snorlax, or Greedent in automatically. Okay, so keep that in mind, guys. These guys are not really good options. I would run 2 tanks and a good attacker in this battle. Okay, so things to be on the lookout for is, and out of those moves, the ones that you need to be primarily concerned about is if you're going into battle with a flying type Pokemon, Unpheasant, Charizard, Moltres, etc. All right. Rock type moves will KO you automatically. All right. You might be able to withstand one, but the next one, you're done. Okay. So that's something to keep in the back of your head. You might need to exit, re-roll. Metagross will take a beating from Payback, but should be able to hold its own there. All right. So just keep that in mind. That's why fighting type moves will take out your normal type Pokemon. So Blissey, Greedent, Snorlax, etc. And then, like I said, be on the lookout for your rock type moves and your steel type moves there. Okay. So with that being said, one more piece of information here. So the lineup that most people seem to be rolling with are, Metagross as their main Dynamaxing attacker. So once you get your level up to Dynamax, you swap in Metagross. But they are leading with Venusaur and Gengar out there, mainly because Gengar resists all the fighting moves, guys. So if you happen to get in there and you got the Machamp with the fighting moves, you're good. You got Gengar can take them all day. All right. Venusaur generates energy and is resistant to the fighting moves and just takes neutral damage from the rest of Machamp's attack. So that's why Venusaur is up there and Gengar is up there for everybody in that aspect. All right. Gengar is there in the event that something goes wrong. Venusaur gets KO'd. Gengar is again resistant to just about every move except for Payback, just like Metagross. All right. So Payback is a killer to Gengar and Metagross. So just keep that in mind. But Metagross you would want as your main attacker. Again, if you're taking the birds, watch out for your rock types moves. You definitely want Vine Whip on Venusaur as an attack or Lick on Gengar. And Blastoise would be another good generator with Water Gun or Bite. It's neutral to the fighting damage as well. Yeah, so just keep that in mind, guys. You might want to roll with that. The other one people are throwing out there is a Dynamax Machamp, Dynamax Rillaboom, and Metagross. So Machamp, not the best choice since it doesn't have a half-second fast move, and it's gonna take double damage basically from Gigantamax Machamp. So just keep that in mind. If you're desperate though and you have a really good one, you might be all right. But I would say stay away from Machamp, putting Machamp in against Machamp. All right, you don't want to do that because you'll probably lose immediately. All right, so just keep that in mind, everybody, and good luck on this tomorrow. I will be participating. I'm going to try and see if I can't do a remote raid in the morning and get it up there for everyone to look at. And yeah, I will catch you guys on the next video. Good luck with Machamp.